Oh, okay. Now it's working. Okay. So see, when the swirly thing goes going live, it's not actually recording. When it says you're live, that's when the thingy's recording. I'm learning these technology crap stuff. I suck at technology. I love YouTube and I love making these videos because I'm bored and lonely. I told you in another video. I get bored and lonely. And this might seem narcissistic, but I'm coming to terms with the fact, like, just like I had to come to terms with the fact that I'm bipolar, I'm coming to terms with the fact that as empathic as I am, I also have narcissistic tendencies. So I'm a narcissist and an empath, just like I'm bipolar. Woo, 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 woo. Anyway, um, I wanted to talk today about the things that I see on YouTube because I noticed that YouTube is now offering uh, memberships and subscriptions and other ways to increase their monetizations and increase their uh, uh, profitability and stuff like that. I mean, I guess this has been going on since the beginning of YouTube, but I think they're looking for subscriptions more now than just the advertising because most of their funding, I guess, comes from advertisements and some memberships and whatever. I don't really know the business aspect of YouTube. When I look at YouTube or think of YouTube as a tool or a platform, I see what we used to have as public access. It was a lot more complicated back in the 80s or 90s for public access. You had to go, you know, basically not you had to go like going to the library and borrowing a book. You had to go to the public access channel and go borrow their camera and equipment, and then you had to make the video, and then you had to have it approved, and then they would put it on the channel. And if you kept doing that and kept doing that, eventually you might qualify to actually have some time on public access because you had subscribed to their quality control policies and stuff like that. It's kind of like that on YouTube. But anyway, YouTube is, basically a website that needs to make money because, it promises to pay people who supposedly, you know, have gotten monetized, right? So they usually do that through memberships and advertisement, just like the newspaper uh, or magazines do. Anyway, I'm really not, this video vlogging, this venting or whatever you want to call it, isn't really about the business aspects of YouTube. I'm only mentioning this because I like YouTube, because I'm a fan of YouTube. I'm a fan of I have many subscriptions to various contributors. I am a contributor. And as a contributor, I love doing video vlogs because I'm lonely and bored and I don't have anyone to talk to. And maybe it is narcissistic, but so be it. And I also like watching the other people's videos to see, their style of making videos. Some of them stick to, there's one guy, he does a lot of gossip like stuff where he, either mostly he rags on celebrities. I think he's really funny. And then there's another guy who does movie reviews all the time. And I like his movie reviews. There's another guy who does sort of like he watches the movie and then he does this sort of comedy routine like while he's watching the movie, and it's funny. And then there's some artsy people who just do random art videos, and I think those are cool. I do some kind of a mix of that. Like I do a little when I'm not video vlogging or doing a movie review or a book review. When I'm not doing that, I have been dabbling in comedy and art film sketches. I like art film sketches, and um, I like comedy stuff. I'm told that I'm funny when I'm not trying to be funny, but but I do try to be funny sometimes, and I'm still probably going to dabble in that area. Um, anyway, but this video vlog, this venting session, I told that's why I labeled it random, because I knew I was going to be all over the place in my thoughts. Um, I wanted to make this video vlog though specifically to say something about politics. The I saw a book at the library yesterday. Yeah, I was totally out of ideas. When I'm totally out of ideas, I go to the bookstore or the library. And luckily, in this county, there's a lot of great bookstores and libraries. So if I'm ever out of ideas, I have plenty of places to go get an idea. Um, and I went to the public library yesterday, and I got some cool books. I bought some from the library bookstore. I know you're gonna laugh at this, but this is all leading up to something I want to say that's important. I got this one, "The Rancher and the Runaway Bride." I, it's a nice thin book. See how thin it is? Let's see how many pages it has. It only has 187 pages. I could probably read this in one night if if it's juicy enough. I got this one, a New York Times bestseller, "I Let You Go" by Claire McIntosh. I have no idea what this is. I think it's a suspense. Yeah, it's a suspense novel. And I'm into romantic smut books, so I got two of those. I got this one by Jenny Martz, "Wish Upon a Cowboy." I have no idea, but I mean, he's not Fabio, but he is freaking cute, right? So yeah, I could get into that. And then I got this one, "The Poet," Lisa Renee Jones. And it's like I guess this is a thriller or something. I'm not sure. But anyway, so I got some good books, I got some good books. They were only like a quarter, 50 cents for a book. It was great. And when I was at the library though, they had a stand, right? Like a table with a stand, and there was this book there, like they wanted, some attention to given to this book. And it said, "The arguments, 10 arguments against television." 10 arguments. I mean, I didn't get the book. I mean, I didn't get it. I probably already know the arguments, so I didn't get the book. I mean, television is, it's been around since when did it come out? Like the 50s? It was around 20 years before I was born. Television was around 20 years before I was born. That's a weird thing, I mean, it's just weird when you think of it that way. Like, how long has it been around before you were born? Well, it was around 20 years before I was born. Um, it was just like, like a bathtub to me. It was just a part of the house. It was like a normal thing. But I understand, how they can make arguments against television. And lately, since I went a la carte on my entertainment viewing and mostly just pick and choose different things, like if I want to rent a movie, I usually go to YouTube or Prime and rent a movie. If I want to, watch a show, I see what's free. I like free stuff. There's Pluto, there's Tubi, there's antenna stuff that gives you free stuff, and I like the free stuff. If I want, I subscribe to a few things. I mean, I would subscribe to YouTube. I would, but right now I can't because the membership subscription that I saw the price on was way too expensive. I can't afford that. I mean, I don't know if this is the only price they have, but the price that I saw for their membership subscription was like close to $100. I can't afford that. I just got rid of my smart cell phone because that was $60 a month, and I don't want anything to do with that kind of price line on my monthly budget. It's just too expensive. So, having said that, I want to move on to what I saw on Fox News last night. and what I saw on some political contributors on YouTube, because there's all kinds of contributors on YouTube. You have people who talk about the weather. You have people who talk about politics. You have people who do gossip. There's all kinds of contributors. I'm a comedian, actress, writer. I write. When I'm not making a video, I'm probably writing or painting. Um, I like to do comedy and I like to do critiques here at YouTube. Pretty much, if I'm not going to do comedy and critiques at YouTube, then I'm probably wanting to do something really weird, like an art thing that nobody understands. Yeah, I like that kind of stuff too. So having looked at the political contributions on Fox News and the political contributions at public access and analyzing it in my scrambled eggs brain, I am coming to this opinion, this conclusion that there's a trend. There seems to be a trend regarding how politics should be discussed or how politics is presented. And I don't agree with the trend. Um, it's been going on. Like, this happened at the end, I think, of Obama's term. So we've had a little bit of Trump, and then we had some Biden, and now we're on Trump again. But at the end of Obama's term, we got this new trend, and I don't like it. I don't like it. They are they have merged, or they have married passion and politics. I don't like it. I know that was like popular in the 60s and 70s during the Vietnam crisis and all that. That was really popular for presenting politics with passion. Oh, the hippies with signs and drama, drama, politics and drama. It's an oxymoron to me. It's just like military intelligence. That's a joke. Sorry. That's just a joke. Um, I don't like passion in politics. Passion to me belongs in a personal thing. Passion is for art, theater, music, uh, family. That's where passion belongs. But passion in politics, the whole point of being polite is so that you can relax and not be passionate. And I see this. I see this on, I mean, I used to make fun of the news anchors. I used to make fun of them because the way they would read the articles, the news stories, and the way they would flip from one subject to another used to just like blow my mind. Like, they'd be like, and today, 5 people were shot uh, at, at the new store at the mall, and one was critically injured. Okay, Bob, so how about them Bucks? And I'd be like, how do they do that? How do they flip from a catastrophe to, talking about the latest sports hero? It used to bother me. But I mean, now it's even worse than that. Now it's like, politics is just worse than a soap opera. It's like, I don't know if you ever heard of Erica Kane from All My Children. We used to always laugh because she'd been on the show for like 30, 40 years and never got an Emmy Award. We were always, she's never going to get an Emmy Award. It's Erica Kane. She's never going to get an Emmy Award for that soap opera. It was the long-standing joke of soap opera aficionados. But now politics is starting to look like worse than soap operas. I mean, it's just worse. It's like, oh, Biden is the devil and Trump is the Antichrist, and oh my God, it's the end of the world. Politics. Holy shit. We're not going to give you an Oscar for, talking about politics. I'm sorry. If you're going for an Oscar for politics, you're never going to get one. Okay. I understand that you are very good at displaying passion, but politics is the wrong place. Put it somewhere else, please.